Good evening, everyone. This is already live stream. Ma'am, Apos May Susvilla. Can I turn to the page? I mean to the first slide, ma'am. Okay, so it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our resource speaker for this evening. She's no other than the regional planning officer of the Region 7, a licensed professional teacher and a graduate of Master of Arts in Education, and at the same time, a Juris Doctor. Ladies and friends, with our virtual applause, let's all welcome Dr. Ambol May Susvilla. Doc, you may now start your presentation.
Thank you, Sal. Wait, ha? Asa naman to? Okay, inara. Sige, go. Madungog na ba?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. Sige. So, close na akong chat. So, good afternoon na. What time is it? 6 na ba? Shall I say good evening, everyone? Okay, so for tonight, we will be discussing on legal basis of education and teaching profession. So the order of our presentation or review for tonight would be first few questions, I think 35 ata, centering on legal basis of education, and then to be followed by teaching profession. So as I scan different review books for LET, no, I could rarely find legal basis of education, or particularly on history and education. Anyway, let's see lang, no, how far we could go over with our discussion tonight. So I prepared 100 items. So for this one, is it okay? Am I heard by everyone, or clear la ba ang yung signal?
Yes, Doc. Clear, loud and clear.
So, pila ganito ka buok Ronsel? How many are we on this platform?
As of now, ma'am, 40.
40. Sige, go. Dagan na po. Okay, so I do encourage everyone you may participate on our chat box. Just try to answer lang the certain question raised on the screen. Okay? So it's okay. It's okay to commit mistakes today. Ang bawal na or to avoid errors na on the day of the exam. But tonight, feel free to commit mistakes. Feel free to answer it, because by committing mistakes, you will learn something. Okay? So I will start with this one. Now, let me share to you a few of the legal bases of the teaching profession, or a few of the legal bases of education per se. So why am I using few? Because if we're going to scan our books good, there are many laws that could be bases on in education or teaching profession. But I just would like to take these 6. Actually, I added 1 kanina lang. So 7 na sila. So first one is we will be having, or you will encounter as we go along with our questions, one of the legal bases would be Article 19 of the 1987 Republic of the Philippines Constitution, or Philippine Constitution. And then you will be dealing also with RA 7836 together with RA 9293, and then RA 10533, the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, Batas Pambansa 232, and RA 4670. Ang add na ko ganiha would be RA, this one, the 6713. So as shown on the screen, you have there the legal basis, few of the legal bases. I would like to emphasize that one, because if I do have time right after this one, I'll try to make another slides and then I'll share it to Sir Axel lang para i-share sa inyo. Anyway, without pay sell. And then we have here a legal basis when we speak of Article 19 of the 1987 Constitution, the description or descriptive title for that, for you to be guided, it's all about education, science and technology, culture and sports. And then when we speak of Republic of 4670, that is Magna Carta for public school teachers. Please, you have to read RA 4670, because this is one of the Bible's good, especially if you will be part in the DepEd soon. if you wish to be part in the DepEd. And then the Batas Pambansa 232, it's all about an act providing for the establishment and maintenance of an integrated system of education. Okay, so sino ba dito or who among you here knows about the, or are you familiar with the word integrated school or integrated system of education? Anyone? So we will be talking about one later, ha? So, and then RA 10533, that's Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, or shall we call it the K-12 program? Okay, so be familiar with that, RA 10533. And then RA 7836, that's Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. It also, in RA 7836, you could find the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Usually, in the questions for teaching profession, this would be your legal basis. The Code of Ethics for professional teachers, or RA 7836. For RA 9293, it's an act amending certain sections of RA 7836, meaning, no, the recent law for among the two would be 9293, because the RA 9293 amended, meaning changes some lang, no, some sections or some provisions of RA 7836. But if you're going to, or if you're asked what's all about RA 7836 and 9293 all about, it's just all about Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act. And there also you could find the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Wait lang ha. Okay, what mo ko naka-open good sa chat. And then, okay, wait lang. For a while lang. Okay, this one. Okay. So let's try, Konobi, to answer some questions, or let's start the Q&A. So number one question, according to Republic Act 7836, the licensure examination for teachers is with, so what particular agency? Letter A, Commission on Higher Education. B, Civil Service Commission. C, Philippine Regulatory Commission. Or D, TESTA. Sige, let me see some answers. Okay, so good C, letter C. How about the others? Okay, no, so the question for number one is what we call partida, no? Very easy. So, what's again Republic Act 7836? Sa 7836 ganiha? Anyway, maka-talk pa sila, Sel? Or anyone na lang sa chat. What's again Republic Act 7836?
Dili ma'am, you can only participate through chat.
Okay, sige. So anyone? Ano nga ulit yung Republic Act 7836? Diba? Republic Act 7836, as I've mentioned earlier, do not forget this one. This is all about Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994, or the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Okay? So RA 7836 automatic, it is your legal basis in finding the Code of Ethics for teachers, or Professionalization Act for teachers per se. Okay, so let's answer. So for number one, the answer is letter C. It's very obvious, no? The licensure examination for teachers is with Philippine Regulatory Commission, or PRC, the one you filed your exam, or the agency that facilitated that net. Okay, proceed. Thank you, Jipin. Now, number two. Number two, it provides the importation of teachers, the homicides. Asan na to? Balikan lang nato ha. Wait lang, sorry. Now, sorry, let's go back for a while for number 1. So the answer for number 1, diba, it's Philippine Regulatory Commission. Why not A? Because Commission on Higher Education, it is a government agency that handles on tertiary level, diba? College level. So that's the check. And when we speak of Civil Service Commission, it's not also a part or the Civil Service Commission, it is one of the 3 main agencies, no, part of our wait that. Kadjut lang jud kay sel. Nag-emergency. Okay. Sige, sorry. Okay, so Civil Service Commission is not also part of it's not the one who facilitated the LEP. Civil Service Commission is another government agency. And then the TESDA also is not the one. Technical or vocational agency na our TESDA. Okay? Sige. Here na gyud. Number 2, provides the importation of teachers the homicides. So A, Education Act of 1940, B, Commonwealth Act 587, or C, Education Decree 1863, or D, Education Act of 1901. Anyone? Just kuan lang, wild guess lang, educated guess. Anyone? Asan naman to? Loading kayo, ay sorry. Okay? Medyo difficult pag mga laws lang ang i-indicate sa choices. So, let's answer. So, the answer for this one is Education Act of 1901. Let me look at my notes. Asa man dito kung kuan. So, when we speak of Education Act of 1940, it's not all about the provision of the homicides. When we speak of homicides, diba, those are the first teachers na during the American period, diba? So it's not Education Act of 1940 because the keywords there in Educational Act of 1940, it's all about increasing the demand for public elementary instruction and at the same time would comply with the constitutional mandate on public education. So it's actually the complete revision of the public elementary school system. Muna ang the keywords for Education Act of 1940. And the letter B, Commonwealth Act 587, it's not also the answers because the 587, it's all about giving punishment, no? To include teachers, professors, or persons charged with supervision of public or duly recognized private schools. So it's not also about the importation of teachers. The Education Decree of 1863, it's the establishment of at least 2 free primary schools, 1 for boys and 1 for girls during that time. So it's all about establishment of the complete system of education in the archipelago. For in short, the Education Decree or the Act or the Commonwealth, it's just all about the publication of the establishment of public schools. But the question here is what particular legal cases or law that provides the importation of teachers, meaning because of lack of teachers at that time, they imported some teachers and those teachers are called homicides. So that's the Education Act of 1901. Meaning it enacted into the law by the Philippine Commission. No, the Education Act of 1901 created the Department of Public Instruction, laid down the foundations of public school system in the Philippines, normally the Philippine Normal School in Manila. Okay, or what school that was established in 1901 under an act to train and prepare Filipino teachers in educating the youth? Muna siya, because the first teachers in our country, remember, in our one of the subjects, the foundations of education, ba under the old curriculum, diba, are Thomasites. So, gigawan yan, the government really made a law in order to legalize everything. So that's the Education Act of 1901. Okay. Few trivia lang. The Thomasites arrived in the Philippines on August 21, 1901. They are to establish a new public school system. It is where the Thomasites is our first teachers that to teach basic education and to train Filipino teachers having English as our medium of instruction. No? So, medyo we forgot those things na, no? Or maybe na-mention na sa inyong teachers. That's, I think, foundation of education. I don't know. Different naman yung curriculum now, di ba, sa time namin. Okay, let's have the next question. Please bear with me lang, ha, if you will be bombarded with a few concepts on legal basis. Anyway, as we go along with the questions in teaching profession, mas easier na to answer. Okay, let's have number 3. The kind of education given to the Filipinos during the pre-Spanish period. You still remember this one? Diba? We have the different types of education during the pre-Spanish period, no, before the Spaniards colonized our country. We have also the Spanish period, the Japanese era, the American era, diba? Before we had developed our really own curriculum or educational system. Now, the question for number 3 is kindly try to recall now what kind of education given to the Filipinos during the pre-Spanish period. Please, just tell me lang, ha, if paspas na kayo po, hindi ako makamind sa height. So, is it A, formal, B, informal, C, compulsory education for ages 6 and above, or D, hybrid? This is actually an objective type of question. Okay. I could see only one who answered. 2, they answered letter A. They said it's formal. Others say it's compulsory education. I only had a 2 na who answered B. Okay. Sige lang. Try to answer it lang. Don't worry. Okay. Sige, let's answer. During the pre-Spanish period, it's actually informal. Diba? Remember on one of our subjects that during the pre-Spanish period, before the Spaniards colonized our country, now the Filipinos only or had the educational system lang na puro lang informal. Meaning, what do you mean by informal? Informal and structured and devoid of methods. Meaning, the children were only provided with vocational training and less academics. No, less academics meaning they only centered on 3 R's. So the reading, the numbers, numeracy, mga basic lang ba? But normally, the parents during that time, the pre-Spanish period, or the tutors, diba, are considered tribal tutors of the children at that time. Meaning, when we say informal, the parents or the teachers taught the learners how to cook, how to garden, how to look for food, just all about survival. So that's informal, meaning there is no specific formal educational system. No? So we are familiar with that one. When we speak of formal educational system, we really have our curriculum. But informal, it's all about more on survival. No? So, and then compulsory education for ages 6 and above, wala pa man na. Before, the compulsory education for ages 6 and above it's already in our new curriculum na, like in the RA 10533 or the Keto 12. So that's form part sa letter C. So you cannot answer letter C because your keywords here, or you should, by reading the question, you should ask, oh, what kind of education ka ano during the pre-Spanish period. Pre-Spanish, that's what long time ago. So you cannot answer letter C. The hybrid, there's no such thing also as hybrid educational system, no? Because now we do have formal education. When we say hybrid mix, so there's no formal, informal education. Okay, hope that's clear. Actually, this number 3 is an objective type of question. It's more on about recalling what we have learned during your college days before you graduate or you graduated. Okay, let's proceed to number 4. Mandated the daily flag ceremony, including the singing of the Philippine national anthem. Another objective type, but I believe it's very important because he asked na ni siya one time sa LET, a few times actually. So is it Republic Act 1265, Republic Act 139, Republic Act 10533, or Executive Order number 17? I know, no, it's quite difficult, no, to read those RAs where you seldom met them. But I do encourage you, reviewers or teachers, to please do not look at the Google if you are looking at right now. Just test your memory, diba? How, or your knowledge. How far man could you remember your teaching profession subject? It's actually, this type of question should be part on your teaching profession. Diba? Kung lang, it's okay lang, masayop this time. Basta, kwan lang, please refrain from looking at the Google. Para lang, it's for you. Okay? So, I could see some who answered. So, number 4, mandated the daily flag ceremony, including the singing of the national anthem. So, what's the answer? Nai A, nai B. Okay, so let's click. The answer is letter A. Okay, no? So, it's RA 1265. So, the descriptive title for 1265, for you, if you wish to take notes, pwede raman yan. I-note lang, just write the RA 1265, then later on, you can search it, no? If you wish to know the descriptive titles, if you cannot follow what I have mentioned. Medyo paspas baro lang akong sinutian or any. Okay? Now, RA 1265, it is an act making flag ceremony compulsory in all educational institutions. So that's RA 1265. It is one of the provisions there of that particular law where the daily flag ceremony is mandatory, and also the singing of Philippine national anthem. Okay, so 1265. It's not RA 139 because RA 139 is an act creating a board to have charged the selection and approval of textbooks. So it's all about textbooks to be used in colleges or schools in the government. It's not also RA 10533 because, diba, you are already familiar with 10533. It's all about, Candy A1 B, let me see those at chat box B if you could still remember what is 10533. Correct, it's K-12. Okay, thank you, Nona. So do not forget, please do not forget 10533 because it is now the current curriculum, and I am pretty sure that there will be a question on that. Okay, maybe it's not all about legal basis, but K-12 is very important. Okay, especially on your time. So Executive Order number 17, it's not also the answer because when we talk about executive orders, those are orders issued by the president, and yearly, no, the counting of executive orders vary. Or say executive order number 17 for it should be my particular year na. So if there is no particular year, you might ask yourself, what is this all about? Okay. Pero in legal visas, very few ra gyud kaayo na ang mga executive orders, usually Republic Act. Okay, number 5. This one is this question or this legal visas is very important. Let's see if you have remembered or you pay attention to me with my first slide. Number 5, it is a legal law that listed the benefits and qualifications of public school teachers. So what are a man, what legal basis man, or what law where you could read the benefits and qualifications of public school teachers? A, RA 7784, B, RA 6054, or C, RA 4670, or D, RA 9155. Okay. Okay, correct, no? So it's letter C. It's 4670. Diba? Among the four, I haven't mentioned yet 7784, haven't mentioned 6054, and 9155. But let's go over. What is RA 7784? RA 7784, it is an act to strengthen teacher education in the Philippines. Okay? That is establishing centers for excellence. So that's 7784. That's the descriptive title. Again, this question is objective type of question. No? So, and then now the letter B, 6054, it's all about the establishment of barrio national high schools. So please take note 6054. No, baka lumabas yan sa exam. Objective type again. So you say if the PRC would ask you what would be what law that established the barrio high schools, this is RA 6054. But the RA 4670, that's again, Bill, let me see. Kindly type down. What's the descriptive title of 4670? I mentioned this one kanina. Correct. No, thank you, Rupa. It's Magna Carta for public school teachers. When we say Magna Carta, it is really the Bible, no? It is where you could find all the benefits, no? All benefits and qualifications for public school teachers. What are the different privileges the public school teachers are entitled to? So it is where RA 4670. Say, for example, if you wish to take a leave, no? Whatever kind of leave is that. Later, I will be sharing to you the different types of leaves. So, ara gyapon mo makita sa 4670. Some of the types of leave. And then, RA 9155. Anyone who has an idea? What is RA 9155? Or any keywords lang, if you have. 9155, it's all about governance. Okay? Yes, or DEX, or say 9155, it's all about governance for all. Okay? 6, another objective type. What law that created the Commission on Higher Education? So pag multiple choice, 'di ba? You already knew some of the RAs, 'di ba? Republica. So you do na lang the elimination na method sa multiple choice, in answer multiple choice. Okay. So what's our answer? Okay, sorry. So it's 7722. So the law that created the Commission on Higher Education, that's Republic Act 7722. 7796. Wait, I lost my. So 7796, it's all about technical education and skills development app. While 7722, it's the establishment of the CHED. 9155 again, it's all about governance. And then 10533, it's K to 12. Okay. 7. This one. This is a new law. What law that increased the number of years for basic education? A, RA 10533. B, RA 7722. C, RA 7784. Or D, RA 7836. Okay. Wait, I'll try to open the group cell. Wag pa po ka-open. Okay. Okay. So that I could read also your answer. Okay. Comments. Let me see the comments. Mhm. Okay. Siki. So what's the answer? Yes, it's correct, no? I think everybody got the correct answer for those who answered. So it's RA 10533. It's about K to 12. It's not 7722 because 7722 again is the law that created what? Created the CHED. And 7784, it's all about strengthening teacher education in the Philippines. And 7836, it's all about regulation and supervision of practice teaching. Okay? So it's also 7836 that created the PRC, or say granting the PRC the authority to conduct the licensure examination for teachers. So that's 7836. Okay? Number 8. Identify Tagalog or Filipino as the basic national language of the country. A, is it EO number 17? B, is it EO number 263 in 1940, sorry. Or C, Executive Order number 134 in 1936, or Education Act of 1940. Okay. So what was my advice again, diba? When we speak of executive order number particular thing, okay? Any guess lang? So what was our legal basis or what particular law that identified Filipino as our national language? Anyone? Haven't seen any answers on the chat box, or maybe it's because of my signal, I don't know. Okay, so some answered B. No one answered yet on the Facebook. Sige, so medyo lisod ba? So let's the answer is letter C. It's Executive Order number 134 in 1936. So it is our law, no, that identified that Tagalog or Filipino is our national language of the country. It's not EO number 17, no, lacking here. So we could not really define what was the descriptive title for that because it requires particular year. Then Executive Order number 263 in 1940, It's all about mandating, no, what was contained in Section 3 of Article 18 of the Constitution. It's all about the adoption of a common national language. So what was the common national language based on one of the existing native languages? Okay, so you cannot find provisions in EO number 263, no, identifying that Filipino is our basic language. So the answer is letter C. 1940, Education Act of 1940. We don't know the Education Act number. Okay, so elimination also. And then number 9. This one, diba? We already know that before DepEd, the agency was, or the government agency was named the Department of Education, Culture and Sports, or DEX. So question number 9, Department of Education, Culture and Sports was renamed to Department of Education. What was the legal basis? A, RA 9155, B, RA 7836, C, RA 7722, or D, RA 7784. Okay, anyone? Okay, so the answer is 9155. It's basic education for all. That's 9155. Say governance. So that is RA 9155 renamed the text to DepEd. Okay, 7836 again, it's all about Code of Ethics or Professionalization Act for Teachers. 7722, again, what was 7722? Establishment of CHED. And 7784 is also another law. It's all about establishing centers for excellence. Number 10, di pa ba sa mga RAs or ayaw na? Okay, number 10, the law that is framework of governance for basic education mandated the decentralization of essential services to the field with learning centers as the heart of education system. What was the law that is the framework of governance for basic education? Mandated also the decentralization of essential services to the field with learning centers as the heart of education system. Is it RA 9155, RA 366, RA 1073, or RA 2670? Nobody answered pa no sa chat. Sa Facebook. What number are we? 10, 10, 10, beta. Okay, sige. So the answer is letter A. So it's all about the law that provides the framework of governance for basic education. It's 9155. 9155 is basic education. Wait, I'll try to the whole descriptive title. I try to read it. Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001. That is 9155. It is also about provides the governance for basic education, meaning teachers. It mandated the decentralization of essential services, meaning decentralized, meaning only the central office in the DepEd took over or has the authority to oversee those are the program implementations in the region, in the division, in the district, and in the schools. Meaning all the laws or the policies not to be implemented in Department of Education would be based or anchored on those policies given by the central office. Diba? That's decentralization of essential services, meaning uniform dapat, no? So if the central office, no, mandated the use of the RA 10533 or the K-12 curriculum, it should be followed in the region, division, district, and schools. So that's decentralization of essential services. If the central office would say that the next enrollment period would be from July to August, say for example, that it would be the particular months or enrollment period that should be followed by the region, division, district, and the schools. Okay? And when we speak of learning centers as the heart of education system, learning centers pertain to schools. Okay? Because it is where the schools are the one considered frontliners, or say the one who will really implement the DepEd policies and programs. Okay? But here, the question for number 10 is what law that provides the framework, meaning the structure in implementing the basic education. So that's RA 9155, Governance for Basic Education of 2001. Okay. And then 11, another objective type. Kaya pa. So executive order that rationalize the organizational structure. So here, so uniform, no, nawala ang gear. So bigay ko na lang yung answer ha. It's all the answer is Executive Order 366. Okay? So it talks about provides the purpose for a change journey that government is expected to follow, or setting the direction and purpose given by the executive branch into a high-performing, results-oriented government. That is why in Executive Order 366, it rationalizes or institutionalizes the organizational structure in a particular government. Okay, so that's 366. The 371, okay, so let's try na number 12. I think from here forward is less na yung mga RAs. Okay, number 12. The following are purposes for the implementation. The following are purposes for the implementation of K-12 curriculum, except A, to ensure seamless of basic education and higher education competencies. B, improve teaching through the use of enhanced pedagogies. Say, for example, spiral progression in science and math, in the mother tongue as the medium of instruction. C, provide better preparation for higher learning. Or D, keep up with the rest of the world. Or E, generate government revenues. So, what do you think is the answer? What was the following are purposes of the K-12 curriculum or RA 10533, except for one? So, saan ba dyan sa 5 na not one of the purposes is not really the purpose of implementing K-12? Okay, some answers letter D. What about the others? Do you believe that Okay, some answer E. I'm about to mention the answer, sorry. Okay. Okay, some answers D, some answered E. Okay, sige, let's try to analyze the question. No? So here, if the question is all about exceptions, meaning you have to eliminate the one, no? One of the choices na medyo malayo sa others. Okay? So letter A, is it really the K to 12 ensures seamless of basic education and higher education competencies? When we say seamless, yung bang smooth, no? Smooth implementation of basic education, that's seamless. So the K to 12 daw means to ensure seamless of basic education implementation and also the higher education competencies. Is it? Yes, di ba? Because in K to 12, it is really the purpose of the central office, no, to implement K to 12 because they observe manggod that the curriculum or the old curriculum or the BEC, the basic education curriculum, di ba? Congested yung mga subjects sa mga bata, no? So they observe na congested, like for example, very tight ba yung implementation ng basic education. So they try to figure it out or they revise the curriculum in order to have the seamless. In number two, in connection also that the K to 12, no, it improved teaching because it speaks of spiral progression. So what do you mean by spiral progression? Diba? Like for example, in mathematics, I would take lang mathematics because I am a math major. So diba, sa K to 12, in grade 7, it's all about elementary algebra, no? So before, in a basic education curriculum, the grade 7 or first year mathematics, there will be now taught purely elementary algebra. But in grade 7, manggod, in the K to 12, spiral progression, meaning the basics of elementary algebra and other parts, no, of branches of mathematics, basta basic pa lang, would be taught na sa grade 7. So, meaning if trigonometry in the old curriculum are only taught in fourth year sa BEC, in K to 12, tinuturo na yung basic ng trigonometry sa grade 7 pa lang. Or say statistics. Diba? Supposedly, the statistics or probability would be dito na sa fourth year before. But in K to 12, the basics na of other branches of mathematics will be taught na here in grade 7 pa lang. But spiral progression, meaning the level of difficulty, would be from very easy to difficult one. So that's spiral progression. And the K to 12 also introduced the mother tongue, no, as the medium of instruction. I hope you're familiar with that one. Meaning our learners in kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3, their medium of instruction, meaning teachers in this key stage, we call now key stage, no, in K to 12, and they will use mother tongue. So magbisaya sila, no? And it is only in grade 3 under the K to 12 curriculum that science and English were introduced. Okay? So sa grade 1, wala pa na English. But before, nanatay English na subject. But now, wala. Mother tongue pa lang. Okay? But, ma'am, question, what do you mean by first language? Because the concept of K to 12, manggod, what would be your first language or your native language would be your medium of instruction? So meaning, mother tongue here doesn't mean Bisaya as Cebuano. Mother tongue meaning would be your native language. If you are from Leyte, your native language or mother tongue is Waray. So Waray po ang imong medium of instruction. In NCR, of course, their language is mother tongue nila is Tagalog, then Tagalog sila. Okay? So that's language 1 in the concept of K to 12 curriculum. Hope that's clear. And then K to 12 also would be to provide better preparation for higher learning, diba? Because in K to 12, meaning after graduating or completing grade 10, the students have to pursue grade 11 and grade 12 if they wish to get enrolled in college. Okay, so better preparation for college level, because in 11 and 12 teachers under the K-12 curriculum also, please be informed that would be the subjects taught in grade 11 and grade 12 would be the basics of college subjects. Okay, the foundation for college na any degrees. And letter D, okay, di ug ira man gyud na ang atuang basihan dira. As such, the answer actually is letter A. I think it's obvious naman, di ba? Or maybe you quite confused with letter D and letter E. But in letter D, maybe the tenor, no, the tenor of the choice, keeping up with the rest of the world. What was that? Is that a joke, ma'am? So really, the K-12 was really made up or implemented to really keep up with the rest of the world. Why? Because the Philippines or many few na lang kayo tanga country ba, diba? Having 10 years for our basic education. And the Philippines wanted to keep up with the other countries. That is why they added 2 years, additional 2 years. So that is why we already have grade 11 and grade 12. So it's really a part of the purpose of the K-12 to really keep up with the rest of the world. And the answer is letter E, because if you have a choice there, generating government revenues. So Bisaya pa, okay, so K-12 is pangwarta lang. Di ba that's the basic comments man of our parents, no? Pangwarta man lang ng K-12 because the government wanted to gain profits. No, it's not so. Medyo negative naman yung dating, di ba? So we could say the answer is letter E. And it's really E. No? You cannot find in RA 10533 where the purpose of, it says there that the purpose of K-12 now is to generate government revenues. It's a wrong one, huh? So A, B, C, D are the purposes of K-12, not E. Medyo negative na yung dating, diba? So you analyze na lang. Next, 13. This one, objective type. Kindly try to recall your foundations of education. What was the method of teaching during the Spanish era? A, democratic. B, memorization. C, corporal punishment. Or D, dictation. Okay, so in this question, we try to recall what was the method of teaching during the pre-Spanish, during the Spanish era, during the American and Japanese. Okay, only three pa lang nag-answer, A, A, B. What about the others? B. So Spanish era. The answer is correct. It's democratic. No? Don't forget more about your keywords there. Pag we talk about Spaniards, it's all about liberation. It's all about democracy. Okay? So democratic method of teaching. Democratic method of teaching also in our language, no, in our jargon for teachers, democratic meaning the Q&A. Diba? Socratic method. And then memorization, purely on mind thing lang. Corporal punishment, meaning if di maka-answer yung bata, then entitled to a punishment. Dictation, or just purely dictating and then taking down notes. Okay? Now, I want to share with you the type of education during the pre-Spanish era. We already discussed, no? Or sa katong previous na question nato, what was the educational system during the pre-Spanish era? That was pre-Spanish, diba? That was informal, no? We already mentioned that one. That during the pre-Spanish era, the method of teaching that time is informal and structured, meaning children were only provided with vocational trainings, nothing formal. Okay? Walang specific na curriculum at that time. But for the Spanish area, it is now the free access to modern public education. It is now that there is what we call public system or public educational system. Okay, na free access, meaning the learners now or the parents may democracy, meaning has the choice na to get to enroll their children or not. And then during the primary, instruction was made free and the teaching of Spanish was compulsory during the Spanish era. But the method of teaching in Spanish era, when we say democratic, is there is really no specific method. The teachers could freely implement their methods of teaching that form parts of the Q&A and others. Okay? And then American na era, the students were given free school materials at that time. So there were 3 levels of education during the American period. We now have the elementary, secondary, and tertiary level. So meaning it is only during the American period, American period na nag-start na yung 3 levels of education: elementary, secondary, and tertiary. And then Japanese regime, it is now the period where teaching of Tagalog, Philippine history, and character education was really reserved or taught to Filipinos. So, kasi yung, di ba, yung Japanese era, Manggod, they really give importance on the history or the culture of Filipinos. Okay? 14. The school established by the Americans that trains Filipinos to become teachers. So objective knowledge type no, of question. Is it UP? Is it Silliman University? Is it Philippine Normal University? Or is it Cebu Normal University? So here, this is an objective type of question, Manggod. So by answering this one na lang, maybe you could analyze na lang, no? This particular school. So what was the year na lang that was that particular school established? Or say, may Cebu Normal University na ba at that time? Diba? May UP na ba at that time? So parang ganyan na lang if you cannot really recall the concept. Okay, so some answered C. Yes, the answer is Philippine Normal University. Okay, PNU is really we could consider one of the oldest schools yun, no, in our country. Kasi CNU, Cebu-based lang man na. Silliman, Dumaguete man lang. UP, NCR normally. May isa diri sa Cebu, pero ano siya, later part na. The Philippine Normal University is really among the 4 kay oldest na siya na school. So we could say na the PNU would be the school established by the American at that time. Okay? Next, 15. What were the subjects studied during the Japanese era? So another objective type. You recall your history or your foundations. Okay. My answer na B. What about the others? Try lang. Okay. What were the subjects studied during the Japanese era? Is it history? Is it vocational, humanities, or religion? So the answer is vocational. Okay? So vocational na ang subjects during the Japanese era. May nag-answer ba na si B? Yes, there are. So it's not history, it's not humanities, and it's not religion. Normally, the religion being taught during the Spanish era. 16. Which era established a system of free and compulsory elementary education? So, among the 5, is it pre-Spanish era, Spanish era, American, Japanese, or Philippine Republic? So that's the order, di ba? In colonizing our country. So, or period in educational system. So what particular man na system na compulsory na yung in elementary education? Is it during pre-Spanish? Diba? Pre-Spanish is not the answer because we already know that during the pre-Spanish period, there's the educational system was only informal, di ba? So it's not the answer. Spanish, ba? Nag-start na ba yun sa Spanish period? Wala pa, di ba? Free access lang to modern public education, meaning free access. It's not really compulsory, no, for our parents to enroll their children in basic education. Is it American period? Diyan na ba nag-start yung compulsory elementary education? Is it Japanese or Philippine? So there are only 3 choices left. So the answer is letter. May nakita naman ko kaniha na nag-answer correct. It's actually letter C. So during this time, American, Japanese, and Philippine Republic, actually, those 3 eras, no, compulsory elementary education is really part of the system. But the question here is, which era man established a system of free and compulsory elementary education? So we could denote on the question na era established. When we say established, the first era nga really started the system of free and compulsory elementary education. So your answer must be American. Okay? It's correct, man, that Philippine Republic already compulsory forces the parents to enroll their learners or their children into elementary education. But the question is, which era established first? Meaning, no, we impliedly, which era established first the system of free and compulsory elementary education? So it's American. 17, na po ni EO, ma'am. So required the teaching of the Filipino national language in high schools, in normal schools. I think na-repeat na ata ni. No? What was the answer? I think it's similar sa previous question na to. Wild guess? Okay, so it's 263 and 1940. Okay? Na-repeat yung context. Let's proceed to 18. Which law establishes the basic framework for Philippine educational system? So which law among the 4 establishes the basic framework for Philippine educational system? Here, you might be get confused of the 2 laws there. Diba? But ang tip or keywords or how to answer it, just take the current law or the current existing law pertaining to that particular question. Diba? Why, man? What do you mean by ma'am? So, which law establishes the basic framework for the Philippine educational system? So, obviously, it's not A because 7722 speaks of the establishment of CHED. And letter C also, no, let's try to eliminate. It's not 4670 because 4670, ano nga ulit yung 4670? It is Magna Carta for teachers, diba? So it's not 7722 because it's CHED. 4670, laying down the benefits and qualifications for public school teachers. So what was left? Only the R8 10533 and 9155. But saan ba sa dalawa yung best answer? No? Because both man are correct, telling you the basic framework for the Philippine educational system. The K-12 and the governance for basic education, 9155. But in answering this type of question, especially 2023 naman tanalet, so you take the current law. So the answer is B because mas bago yung 10533 the K-12 curriculum rather than 9155. Because 9155, kailan siya na-establish? 2001, no? And 9155 also, it's more on governance, no? How to manage the public educational system. But the 10533 is really the framework, no? it's really the structure of the Philippine educational system. Okay, so that is why the answer is letter B. 19. Every profession has, it must be has, sorry, the typo error. Its code of ethical standards upheld by every professional. This is found in, okay, again, you recall, what was the specific number, man? RA, telling you about the code for professional teachers or the Professionalization Act for teachers. Yes, Arnel, it's correct. It's letter B, 7836. No? Because remember, RA 7836 is a code for professional teachers. And the question here is, every profession has its code of ethical standards upheld by every professional. No? So this is found in, and also, wait, yeah, okay, so 7836. 232, there's no such thing as that. 8155 and 7610 is a different law also, child abuse. So here, 19, I repeat. Oh, I repeat. Let's proceed to 20. A child-friendly schools, both private and public system, is stated in, guess lang. A child-friendly schools, both private and public system, is stated in 7636. Is it 9165? Is it 7610? Is it 7722? Na-mention na ko to ganiha, di ba? Ang 7610. So the answer is 7610. Because what is the descriptive title for 7610? It's all about child protection of, special protection of children against abuse, okay, or child abuse law. So child protection, child and youth welfare code, diba? Or it's an act for anti-child abuse law. So it's not 7636, it's not 9165, because 9165 is all about drugs. 7722, it's all about check. So pag mga child abuse, encouraging the schools to have a child-friendly schools, whether it's private or public system, protecting the rights of the children, that's 7610. Yes, it's anti-abuse law, child abuse law. A shortcut lang na ha, but if you really look for the descriptive title of RA 7610, it is Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. So medyo mataas man, di ba? Lengthy man yung descriptive title. So you might have the keywords lang. 7610 is anti-abuse law. So it is also here in the law incorporated in DepEd that both private and public system or public schools, no, should promote child-friendly schools. Muna na may mga reports na ngayon sa DepEd na against violation ng child bullying pertaining to that. Okay? 21. The schools are the nurseries in the future citizens of the state. Each teacher is a trustee of the cultural and educational heritage of the nation and is under obligation to transmit to the learners such heritage. Is it RA 9155, 7722, or 7836, or 7610? Guess lang. You may try to you try to link the question, no? Kaya medyo difficult siya, no? na puro RAs lang yung nakikita sa options. So just try lang to link na lang. What particular law kaya no na nag-establish or that mandated the schools are considered nurseries, meaning nurseries taking care for our future citizens of the state, meaning nurture the learners in order to prepare them to be a productive citizens in the near future. Diba? So just catch those statements lang or those um, words in the question. Also, where teachers are encouraged were considered trustee of the cultural and educational heritage of the nation. Yes. Okay. Some answered C, some answered C pang nakikita ko sa sa chat box. What about the others? Medyo difficult, no? Pero you try to eliminate na lang. I already know that 9155 is governance for basic education. So I think it's not the answer. So you might have that method. And then letter B, okay, 7722, it's all about CHED. Pero is it really included in the CHED na the schools must be the one who nurture the learners or preparing our learners to become productive citizens? It might be. RA 7836, code of code of ethics for professional teachers. It's not all about code of ethics siguro, kay it made mention of schools being the nurseries, meaning training ground, no, to produce independent and productive citizens of the country. So it's not 7836. But we mentioned kanina na it might be letter B, no, because the CHED also, or 7722, lay down also the curriculum for the tertiary level. Or is it 7610? 7610, it's all about the anti-child abuse law. Okay? Medyo difficult, no? What is the answer? It's actually the letter B, no? Because you cannot say 9155 because it's about governance, no? For public, or governance for basic education. It's not also 7836 because it's very obvious, code of ethics for professional teachers. Then the question made mention of schools are the nurseries in the future citizens. The teachers are considered trustee of the cultural and educational heritage of the nation. Remember that only in college, no, where heritage is really emphasized in our curriculum. That is why we have Rizal na subject, Philippine Constitution na subject, this one. So the answer there, the best answer among four would be the CHED, 7722. Okay, 22. Sige, try daw. Every teacher shall participate in the blank program of the PRC and shall pursue other studies as will improve his efficiency, prestige, and strengthen his or her competence. Is it A, maximizing learning competencies, B, continuing professional education, or C, continuing educational enhancement, or D, professional enhancement? You can have your dinner while having our review. Is it okay lang? Let's continue lang kasi we are still in 22 over 100. You can take your snacks or you can take your dinner while listening. Okay? Sige. So what is the answer? Continuing professional education. Another option. What about the others? Continuing educational enhancement. What else? So here, just refer to the statement, no, how question is formed. So every teacher shall participate in, so what particular program of the PRC? Is the PRC mandated to maximize our learning competence? Or B, is it to continue professional education? No? Or is it to continue educational enhancement or professional enhancement lang? Wait, so the answer is yes. Many answered C. It's continuing educational enhancement. So CEE, no? Participate, that's the correct program of the PRC. Continuing educational enhancement. Because it is where the PRC would be the one to facilitate and has the authority to has the authority or has the duty to regulate the provision of the licenses to professional teachers. So educational enhancement. 23. Tiwas, ma'am. What may ka remember ng Code of Ethics? What article number in the Code of Ethics that state and discusses about the teacher and the community? Try to guess lang. Diba? For 7836, the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, there are actually 13 articles. So asa ka dira, the title of which is the teacher and the community. Is it 2, 4, 5, or 3? Guess lang. Okay? Si Jeffin, ramang yun ni Permin ako mabasahan. Si Mona. What about the others? Okay. So the answer is letter D. It's our number 3. Okay. The title of Article 3 of Code of Ethics, the teacher and the community ang Article 3. The Article 2, it's the teacher and the state. Okay. Then Article 4, it's a teacher and the profession. In Article 5, the teachers in the profession. So you might wonder, man, that the four, ma'am, a teacher in the profession. The article used was a. Okay, so it's more on personal on that part of the teacher. Mana a. But the 5 is the teachers, no, meaning as a group in the professional. So medyo different yung provisions natin na, but the question there is what article number lang in the Code of Ethics that states and discusses about the teacher and the community. Okay? Ano yan? League walkers, ano lang, no? Having an educated guess. But in the Code of Ethics, teachers, I mean, just try to familiarize lang. At least one reading lang. If really you're not on the reading side. Say at least lang, once or twice, you read the Code of Ethics lang. Okay? Medyo 3 pages lang ata man ang Code of Ethics. So just get familiar lang with the title and then some of the provisions. 24, another tiwas, ma'am. Patay good minaning legal basis, ma'am. What specific article and section that talks about the mutual attraction and subsequent love developed between teacher and learner? Is it stipulated in Article 8, Section 2, Article 8 man lang lahat, Section 2, 9, 1, or 7? Lahos na, ma'am. Give the answer na, ma'am. Okay, yes, it's letter D. Okay, so Article 8, Section 7. Because the Code of Ethics, Title 8, the teachers and learners. Okay, correct. 25. What article number in the Code of Ethics that state and discusses about teacher and business code? If kanina, teacher and community, that's Article 3. What about teacher and the business? The answer is, ligwak na naman, try. Bitaw. So, meaning, if you did not get the correct answers no for the titles lang, I do encourage you to read the Code of Ethics. Okay? Kahit mga important provisions lang and the title. So it's Article 10. It's all about teacher and business. Then 26. What statement is false with reference to Article 8? So here, if you are given a question like this, it already gave the descriptive title for Article 8. So it's all about the teachers and the learners, no, of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. So which of the four choices now you could consider as meaning faulty, no, meaning hindi tama? So try to read. So which of the four? It's not one of the provisions, or it's not stated in Article 8 of the Code of Ethics. Meaning you try to balance, or you try to analyze na the choices of those, what would be the ideal relationship of the teachers, between teachers and learners. So that's how you answer na lang the question. Okay. Sige, let's give the answer and then let's discuss. Is it A? Is it A ba? Is it faulty? Let's read. A teacher shall not inflict corporal punishment or offending learners, nor make deductions from their scholastic ratings as a punishment for acts which are not clearly manifestation of poor scholarship. Is it faulty, or the statement is correct and maybe part of Article 8? Diba? The statement is correct, diba? That the teacher shall not really inflict corporal punishment. So the statement A is not false, meaning it's a correct, not faulty one. So it's one of the provisions of Article 8. Let's proceed. Meaning ba, you try to justify the choices for you to get the correct answer. Letter B. Is it in situation where mutual attraction and subsequent love develop between teacher and learner, the teacher shall exercise at most, no, meaning highest level professional discretion to avoid scandal, gossip, preferential treatment of the learner. So medyo positive yung dating, di ba? So we could say it's not also the answer. So what was left? C or D? Your answers also, I could see them as some answers C and then others D. So let's try to analyze the two. Is it a teacher shall maintain at all times a dignified personality which could serve as model worthy of emulation by learners, peers, and others? Or is it D, a teacher shall not accept favors or gifts from learners, their parents, or others in their behalf in exchange for requested concessions, especially if undeserved? I think I got the wrong choices. I encircled C. It's actually the letter C and D are all correct. I think this is a bonus question because letter C, I think I forgot a particular word lang to make it to negate that one. Letter C, it's correct naman that the teacher shall maintain at all times a dignified personality, no? Your dignity at all times, which could serve you because teachers must be the models and worth emulating by our learners. So here mali yan sorry. None of the above. So C is not faulty. Letter D also, it's not faulty because the teacher should not accept favors or gifts from learners in exchange of a particular request. Sorry. Okay? So lahat naman ay tama. Sakit ng ulo na ako sa RA of article. Yeah. Pero please bear with me na lang, no? Since this is legal basis of education. But anyway, I think limited man lang yung questions regarding RA. So what was the those legal bases that I gave to you or mentioned to you earlier, those man lang yung mga common na laws, no? So, ang inyuhan na lang na tip there is be familiarized na lang, no, sa particular RA and then descriptive title. Because if you are familiar with the descriptive title, you may somewhat link the question to your choices. So if in choices, puro lang mga RA, then yung questions would be your guide na. No? Yun lang, yung basic lang talaga yung RAs because I know it's very difficult to memorize all. I do understand naman. Pero based on the previous exams, limited lang yung RAs. Except if you are a social science major. Okay? 27. What is RA? RA na naman, Jeffin. Sige. What is RA 6713? Diba, I added this one sa third slide, I guess. So what is RA 6713? A, ethical standards for public employees. B, code of ethical standards in conduct of government officials and employees. C, code of ethical standards for government officials and employees. Pare-pareho lang, no? It's a matter of presenting the title, the descriptive title of particular law. So, or D, code of conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees. So your tip here would be, or your guide is which of the four titles na redundant, no? Or some would use ang hindi sana yung pangit pakinggan. Okay? Is it A, B, C, or D? Some answers C, some answers B. Okay? The answer is B. Okay? So code of conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees. Because when we say code gani, the next word must be conduct. Okay? It's not code of ethical standards. It should be conduct and ethical standards for PO and employees. Next, 28. RA pa rin, pero at least situational nang yung question. At least dili na kayo sakit sa ulo. Sige daw, let's try. 28. Teacher Oy was ordered by her principal to come to school and 4 consecutive Saturdays for the training of students' editorial staff of their school paper. Is this allowed under RA 4670? Question. What was 4670? Okay? Sige daw, be, sa chat box. What was the descriptive title of 4670? Balik-balikon na to ni, kay importante kay 4670. Correct. It's Magna Carta. Okay, so when we speak of Magna Carta, it usually lays down the privileges and the benefits, no, of public school teachers. Now, let's go back to the question. Teacher Oy was ordered by her principal to come to school for 4 consecutive Saturdays. So, ina-ask ng principal na, "Uy, teacher, punta ka dito sa school 4 consecutive Saturdays for you to train our student writers." Is this allowed in Magna Carta? A, yes, because it's part of the teacher's other duties. B, yes, provided the teacher is compensated. C, no, because it's not clearly implicated in the law in RA 4670 daw. Or D, no, because it is not within the regular functions of the classroom teacher. Na ay A, na ay B. Okay, 2 options lang. What about 2 answers lang? What about the others? I'll try to open again the GC if may nag-answer na ba. Okay. Yes, answered. Some answers B, some answers A. Okay. The answer is, diba? Either of the two lang, no? Let's say, yes, because it's part of the teacher other duties. Is it really part of the exigency of service? Or B, yes, ma'am, provided the teacher is compensated. But here, we could derive that since the law used was RA 4670, so we could imply na teacher Oy is a public school teacher. Are you following? Because RA 4670 is Magna Carta for public school teachers only. So we cannot derive na private school ni because RA 4670 man. So you should put in your mind na since under Magna Carta, so public school teachers, teacher Oy. It's very important why I emphasize that one. Because in letter B, sabi ng choice B, yes, provided the teacher is compensated. So you will question now, in public school ba system, if you are required to report on Saturdays, are you receiving extra payments or not? Maybe you have friends not from public school. Or letter C, no, because it's not clearly indicated in the law. So it's quite vague, no? So it's definitely not the correct answer. Letter D, no, because it is not within the regular functions of the classroom teacher. So it's not also D, because we already know that once we are hired in the public school, you are not only mandated to teach, but you are also mandated to train, having extracurricular or exigency of service. So it's not C, it's not D. So what would be the answer? So it's letter? Yes, it's A. You cannot say that yes, provided the teacher is compensated, because what was emphasized kanina, that teacher Oy, or impliedly, we could say now that is this allowed under RA 4670? So pag covered kasi na 4670, only the public schools. So no need na. Teacher A, once pa-report on si Teacher A on Saturdays, Teacher A should not expect additional compensation. Okay? Because in public school, no overtime, but there's undertime, beta. You are not paid if you will serve beyond 5 o'clock, or if you will report on Saturdays. It's what we call in public system exigency of service. Okay, so you always answer yes because it's part of the teacher other duties. 29. Nanapod ni an act providing for the establishment and maintenance of an integrated system of education. Integrated meaning having elementary, junior high school. Okay, what do you think is the answer? Or integrated system of education aims to make a difference to a child's learning experience, moving them at their own pace, okay? Or designed to teach student skills. Yun, yung mga, emphasize the integrated system of education. The answer would be, it's 2, 3, 2. Okay? It's letter A. Objective type lang. So just remember, if pag integrated system of education, the answer would be Batas Pambansa 232. So Batas Pambansa 232, it establishes the basic policy and objectives for education. And then it establishes the rights, duties, and obligations of those in education system. Okay? So it's all about the discharging of the teachers of their duties as public school teachers. For basta, it's all about maintenance of an integrated system of education. It is now Batas Pambansa bilang 232. Just remember that one lang. 30, another na pod. Mas na lang yun. An act which promotes and improves the social and economic status of Public School Teachers. The act is also known Magna Carta for Public School Teachers. Siya raw ha. Pag masayop pa. Okay. Keep on repeating this one. So what was the RA pertaining to Magna Carta for Public School Teachers? Of course, the answer is letter. Wait, letter B. Okay? Please, in town, kapilan na nagsig-repeat si ma'am. So it's RA 46, 70. 31. Let's go back to situation na type of question. Teacher L, a graduate of Best Ed with majorship in mathematics, teaches in National High School in her province. Since she has been rated outstanding in her performance, can she be exempted from taking the LET? No? So si Teacher L, magaling daw sa kanilang province. But then, she wanted to be exempted in taking the LET or in in getting the licensure exam. So, na-click naman to, no? So, can she be exempted from taking the LET? No, because 7836 states that no person shall practice or offer to practice the teaching profession in the Philippines or be appointed as teacher to any position calling for a teaching position without having previously obtained a valid certificate and a valid license from the commission. Because remember 7836, diba? Unsa to? It's all about Professionalization Act for Teachers. So it's not A, because even if PRC would approve your exemption, still it is mandatory for all graduates of the Best Ed. No? Bonus na lang yun, kaya na-click man. So, bisan pa og the PRC is the regulatory board, no? Want to facilitate the conduct of the LET. Bisa pag i-approve nila, but they don't have the authority to approve such request because bawal mag-teach ang walang license. For that statement na bawal mag-teach ang walang license in public school. But if bisa pag you are not eligible pa or you don't have your license pa or not LPT pa, you can still teach but only in private school, no? Because what was lacking is your eligibility, meaning eligibility to teach dun sa public school. But you can still teach in private school. But the point here is, no matter how good are you during your college days, once you graduate from Best Ed course or BE Ed, you still need to take up the LET for you to have that certain eligibility. Okay? So, klaro, and then another pod na key pag mag-board exam tayo, especially if wala ng time, ma'am, ang pinakataas, yung pinaka-lengthy na choice, yan na yung answers. Actually, it's my guide before. Okay? Because I took the exam without having the necessary review, but don't follow me. Okay? 32. Now, Government Procurement Reform Act and Planning on Budgeting. Maybe I'll just give this one kaya medyo heavy, sakit sa ulo. So it's RA 9184. Na? Pag all about planning and budgeting, so remember 9184. It's not 9155 because it is governance for basic education. It's not 9187 or 559. So just remember na lang, 9184, budgeting. 33, another, I think last two na lang ata. Sakit na gid taon, Doc. Yes, I know. Pag RA, sakit sa mata, no? Sige na lang, I think 3 na lang or 2 questions na lang sa RAs. Number 33, which of the following laws strengthens teacher education in the Philippines? Oh, I already mentioned this one. Let's see kung sino yung nakikinig kanina. Sige daw. Which of the following laws strengthens teacher education in the Philippines? Through the establishment of centers of education. So, Sa man to ako ang gi-mention niya. Is it 7722, 7784, 7796, 7734? Okay, ito na isa ihatag na lang para di mo magka-migraine. It's 7784. 7722, it's establishment of CHED. But when it talks about strengthening teacher education in the Philippines, establishment of centers of excellence, that's 7784. Okay, next. Napagya po yung RA. No. So which of the following is not in the norms of conduct under RA 6713? Sa ganitong 6713, sa tong RA 6713, did you get the pattern? No, the common laws are usually lang na presented tonight. Only the common laws, like balik-balik man lang, RA 7722, 7784, no? Yung Magna Carta. What was 6713? It's all about code of conduct and ethical, correct. Code of conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees. Okay? Gamay na lang gud kay Jufin. So, asa man dira, kuan na lang nimo, asa man dira, which of those four na could not be part of the norms of conduct? Is it professionalism? Is it commitment to the public interest? Is it justness and sincerity? Is it responsiveness to the private? Okay? So, professionalism, klaro, obvious naman, di ba, na it's really part of the 6713, the Code of Conduct. Commitment to public interest, you are also mandated. Justness and sincerity, labaw if you are a teacher. Yes, it's correct. Responsiveness to the private. You are not you are not mandated. You are not mandated to respond to any private request, to any all request. No, it's not really part of the norms of the conduct under 6713. So obvious naman yung answer. Responsiveness to the private. Okay. Then, I repeated. 35. I think wala na yung mga RA na. Let's have 35 and beyond. So to ensure high standards of the teacher's personal and professional development, what tool or instrument was developed by the teacher for self-assessment? Anyone? So to ensure high standards of the teacher's personal and professional development, what tool or instrument was developed by DepEd for self-assessment? Is it TPDI, TSNA, IPPD, or KSA? TPDI is Teacher Professional Development Institute. TSNA is Teacher Strengths and Needs Assessment. IPPD is Individual Plan for Professional Development. KSA is Knowledge, Skills, and Abilities. So, binigay ko na yung mga yung mga abbreviations, definitions. So, which of the four do you think na pertaining to self-assessment? So, all four choices class are all tools or instrument developed by DepEd. Okay? But which of those four that pertains to self-assessment? Meaning si teacher lang nung yung mag-answer ng that particular tool, and then yung ina-assess niya yung strength and yung needs niya. Obvious na kayo, no? So it's another keywords here is to ensure standards of the teacher's personal and professional development. So the keywords are professional development. So what would be that tool, particular tool na kailangan kong i-accomplish for me to assess myself? No, what would be what would be my particular needs or strengths in order for me to grow professionally? Yung ganyan na mga tanong. So the answer is TSNA. Okay? The IPPD is also used, no? Is also used to assess, to self-assess for professional development, individual performance. But the IPPD, it's more on, wait the IPPD, it's more on your plan na, di ba? Individual plan for professional development, meaning you already have your plan, no, to answer your needs. Are you following? But the question here for 35, the particular tool pa man na develop by DepEd to self-assess your, to have your self-assessment, meaning it is where pa you have to identify your particular needs for you to develop your plans for professional development. So that's why the answer is B, not C. Because dapat man, you have to accomplish first the TSNA for you to craft your IPPD. Nag-catch ba? So the TSNA is more on teachers, strength, and needs assessment. Now, while IPPD is individual plan for professional development. So the C Manggot is you already have your plan. And what is your basis in crafting your plan would be the result of your TSNA. So that is why the answer should be TSNA than IPPD. Hope that's clear, ha? Because once you were hired in DepEd, you will be asked to answer TSNA, and you are also asked to develop your own IPPD. But remember, you have to take first the self-assessment, which is TSNA, because strength and teacher strength and needs assessment. Then what was the result of your self-assessment would be your basis in crafting your plans for professional development. That's IPPD. The KSA, knowledge, skills, abilities, is just a simple type of test lang. Okay? PPDI, labang dili. Okay, institute man, meaning organization. Okay, 36. Teacher Nori wants to continue with her study leave for another 6 months after completing a school year. So should be allowed. Okay, now here, teachers, 36 up na questions would be a combination now of legal basis and teaching profession. No? Sige, let's try to answer. 36. Teacher Nori wanted to continue her study leave, meaning she was already allowed, no, to take study leave for 6 months. But Teacher Nori wanted to continue another 6 months. Could she be allowed? A, yes, but without compensation. B, no, study leave should not exceed 1 year. Or C, no, another teacher should have the chance. Or D, yes, if her grades are excellent. What do you think is the answer? Do you have any idea if ilang months lang ba allowed mag-study leave si teacher? Ilang months ba allowed na mag-study leave si teacher with pay? Ilang months ba mag-study leave si teacher without pay? Nadi nga anak, ma'am. Okay? Still, this is part of RA 4670. Sige, unsay answer? Some answers B, some answers D, A, B, D. Okay? So, eliminated na ba si C? No? Obvious naman, di ba? It's not letter C because another teacher should have the chance. Parang halo man lang. So, dun tayo either A, B, D na. So, what do you think is the answer? The answer is A. Yes, but without compensation. In DepEd manggod class or nag-class na ng teacher, sorry. In DepEd or say in 4670, a public school teacher is allowed to take study leave. But the limitation, pag teacher ka, meaning teaching personnel ka, you are allowed to make you are allowed for a study leave of 6 months. Maximum ra gyud na ang 6 months with pay. Are you following? With pay, meaning you are allowed to have your study leave. What do you mean by study leave, man, ma'am? Study leave meaning if you wish to pursue your master's degree, your doctoral degree, diba? Because you wanted to write your thesis, then you are allowed maximum of 6 months. But there is a particular mangod na particular provision. Say, for example, if you're just writing your thesis, maybe the DepEd would only grant you 4 months, but with pay, yung mga ganyan. So here in our situation is teacher Nori was already granted a study leave. So we could denote with pay. But then the question, the framing of the question would be, teacher Nori wanted to continue or to have another 6 months na study leave. Could she be allowed? So the answer here is yes, okay? Because what was stipulated in the law is you are allowed to take study leave with pay not exceeding 6 months. Meaning, if you really wish to continue your study leave, meaning, pwede siya i-allow, discretionary na ha, kasi mandatory man yung first na not exceeding 6 months. You have that, it is really part of your rights or privileges as public school teacher na once more warrant ang situation, pwede ka mag-study leave, but not exceeding 6 months. But if you wish to take another 6 months, discretionary na sa part sa admin. Okay, depende na sa imong SBS, superintendent, or regional director. Say, for example, if you will be granted another study leave. But in this case na, without compensation, meaning without pay na. Gets ba? Your first 6 months would be with pay, but exceeding those time without compensation. Okay? So it's not B, because no study leave should not exceed 1 year. It's not stipulated in our law, because what is stipulated in our law, not exceeding 6 months. So mali na yung B. And then another is D. So, wrong gihapon. Yes, if her grades are excellent, because it doesn't matter if it's not necessary na you will be granted study leave if outstanding. No, there is no such law as that. So the answer would be A. Yes, but without compensation. Okay. So again, pila na to. What's the maximum period for study leave for teachers? For non-teaching personnel, 6 months with pay. Beyond that, discretionary, but without pay. Hope that's clear. 37. How can the efforts of our 4 agencies, DepEd, CHED, PRC, and CSC, be best achieved for the training and development of teachers? A, synchronization, B, cost reduction, C, streamlining, or D, sharing of resources. So keywords, best achieved for the training and development of teachers. Okay, the answer is, okay, so mostly no answered synchronization. Synchronize. At least man na sound yung planning ng DepEd, CHED, PRC, and CSC. It's not cost reduction, diba? Because there are programs manggod na when you will limit the resources, it could not be implemented well. Then streamlining. Streamlining is yung bang lahat na, like inclusive kumbaga, no? So sometimes programs na streamlining, meaning you will not classify your participants, it might not be that effective, diba? And then sharing of resources, di rin kasi may funds naman si DepEd, CHED, PRC, and CSA independently. So what was referred here lang is the plans for training and development of teachers. So it will be best achieved if mag-synchronize, no? Si DepEd, CHED, TRC, and CSE. 38. Balik na sad, no? Which educational level provides for free and compulsory education as stipulated in Article 4, Section 2 of the Philippine Constitution? Which educational level? So, saan dito yung compulsory? Elementary level only, secondary level only, elementary and secondary levels, or tertiary level? Sorry. Your guide here, ang law na gigamit diri is the Philippine Constitution. So what is stated in our Philippine Constitution? Our current Philippine Constitution is 1987, diba? Is it elementary lang ba yung compulsory? Or is it secondary ba? Or is it both now or tertiary? Correct? It's letter C. Okay? If sa una class, elementary lang yung compulsory, no, for our education. In 1987 Constitution, it is really mandated now to provide free access. Mabitan na ng public schools. Free ka, elementary hangtod secondary. Meaning, libre ka sa public school, kindergarten, to grade. Grade 4th year sa una, na curriculum. But K-12 naman libre ka, kinder to grade 12. Because grade 12, senior high school, secondary, maghapon na. Okay? So, elementary and secondary level. Your keywords here, which educational level man for free and compulsory education? No? So, na-misled siguro ka sa compulsory education sa ato ang previous discussion. But here, free man, gi-provide daw sa Philippines, Philippine government, free and compulsory education. So, both elementary and secondary. Okay, sa public school, libre man yun na hanggang grade 12. 39. Okay. Still part of 4670 or Magna Carta. How is gradual progression of teacher salary from minimum to maximum done? Meaning the increasing ba of teacher salary. Gradual, hinahina lang, slow progression. Is it by regular increment every year? Meaning every year ba? Tataas ba yung sweldo ng public schools? Or B, increment ba after 10 years of service? No? Dapat pa mag-serve ka ng every 10 years bago pa mag-add ng salary? Or there is a regular increment every 3 years? Or increment after 5 years? When we speak of increment, increase. Yes, the correct answer is letter C. Because in public school teachers, automatic siya na pag nag-render ka or 3 years na ka sa DepEd, automatic your salary will increase. So say for example, salary grade 11. That's the entry salary grade for teacher 1. So if na-hired ka sa DepEd 2022, so after 3 years, 23, 24, 25, automatic mag-add na or mag-increase yung salary mo based on the salary grade. But it would be salary grade 11, step 1. Okay? Pero may additional na. May increment na sa salary. So, gradual man na. Okay? So, the regular increment every 3 years. 40. Here. Still on 4670. And 7836. What appointment can be given to teacher A who possesses the minimum qualifications but lacks the appropriate civil service eligibility? Is it contractual basis? Is it permanent? Is it provisional? Or is it substitute? You do possess the minimum qualifications, but di pa ka nakapasa sa civil service exam or LET. Do not be confused kasi when we speak of appropriate civil service eligibility, this is taken from the old manggod na review questions. So before, it's not really LET, diba? May PBET pa. before licensure examination. So if you know someone who is indebted na medyo 60s, 50s, no? The eligibility nila is PBER or civil service eligibility. But now, ano na siya? LET. Okay? Sige. So what is the answer? Yes, it's correct. It's provisional. Meaning probi ka ba sa private pa na term? No? It's not contractual because there is no such thing as contractual in DepEd or in teaching. Permanent, if permanent, you will be called permanent teacher in DepEd if you have that certain eligibility and minimum qualifications. Substitute, you're called a substitute teacher if you don't have the if you are not yet hired but you are eligible to teach in public. Okay, meaning passer ka na ng LET before ka maka-substitute. Because ang maka-substitute lang man ka, remember, if you are part of the ranking. Meaning, you must engage yourself in the ranking of teachers in DepEd before you will be qualified to become a substitute teacher. Okay? So, ano siya ha? So, meaning, pag substitute ka, eligible ka. Okay? Permanent teacher ka, eligible ka. But in option A, there's no such thing as contractual in DepEd. Before, pwede siya volunteer. Ano bang yung nag-provide ng salary would be the LGU, the local government. But now, yun na discourage naman. Wala nang mga volunteers. Okay? So it's about substitute teachers na naman ganyan. But now, we have provisional teachers pertaining to yung mga hindi pa eligible to teach senior high school. So they are given 5 years to teach in DepEd without the appropriate na LPT or LET eligibility. 5 years, provided they will be taking the LET exams and pass the exams within that period. Otherwise, they will not be renewed to render service in DepEd, particularly in senior high school. 41. Which of the following rights is intended for parents under Education Act of 1982? Wild guess lang? Okay. Intended for parents under Education Act of 1982. So what's the descriptive title for Education Act of 1982? Created the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports, or what we call the DEX before. So the answer is C. Intended for parents, so it's the right to seek redress of grievance. So they are allowed to question the system. They are allowed to question if there are misbehaviors on part of the teachers or abuse of authority. So the parents can question the teachers through the principal. In accordance, gihapon has the proper questioning or in accordance with the guidelines on resolving grievance. Okay. 42. What can help achieve relevant quality education? Strong curriculum, competent instruction, school community relations, or competent administrator. Ma'am, puro man correct. So what can help achieve relevant, keywords are relevant, quality education? What do you think is the answer? Keywords there, quality education. Okay? Okay, some answered C. What about the others? Hindi na ako makita. Cannot see your comments talaga. Maybe because of the gathering. Okay. Sige. Some answered B, some answered C. The correct answer is competent instruction. Okay. So remember that the heart of education is the curriculum. Meaning, it's not really the strong curriculum. What will happen if we have strong curriculum but we don't have that competent instruction? No, depende gihapon sa how you deliver your curriculum. That is where you could provide quality education to our learners. And it's not school community relations, no? It's really part lang ang school community relations because it takes a village to raise a child. That's the famous adage. But the keywords, the question here, Manggod, is what could be among the four? No? Well, among the four, what could be the key to achieve relevant quality education? So you always go back to the instruction. Okay, the delivery, meaning the teaching learning process, the teaching learning delivery. Yeah, napag yung keyword na competent. So competent instruction. You cannot have competent administrator kasi may mga managers naman or administrators or principal na not that ideal like, diba? Pero but the teachers, no, on that particular school were very competent in delivering teaching instruction, then that would be the key to achieve relevant quality education. 43. Balik na po, Magna Carta na sad. So which of the following provisions under Magna Carta for public school teachers will most likely promote teacher welfare and defend their interests? Okay. What do you think? Your keywords there would be promoting teachers' welfare, no? And the one to defend their interests. Are we allowed to be a member of any union in teachers? Pwede ba? Mo join of union? Yes. Okay. So the answer is letter D. So to establish, join, and maintain professional and self-regulation organizations. When we speak of self-regulation organizations, muna mga union, muna kung pag-DepEd ka, automatic part ka sa kanang sa ganinang union, NUC, or I forgot. So my union man si DepEd na every month nag-contribute yung teacher. Pero 125 pesos only, something like that. That's why you have to receive supposedly union fees. Okay. But anyway, so why is it the answer is letter D? So establish, join, and maintain professional and self-regulation organizations because of the words the one who will defend their interests. No, so when pertaining to self-regulation organizations. It's not be promoted in rank and salary, no? Kay not defending. It will not justify the word defend. Regulate their social involvement, might be social involvement, but not so much promoting their welfares, right? It might be social involvement lang na your participation, your linkages, no, to implement particular programs, but not so much in promoting your interests. Letter C, undergo and participate in professional development. Yes, but only, Manggod, sa letter C, Manggod, you will be confined with the words professional development. It's more on formal trainings. But the question asks you, man, now will most likely to promote teacher welfares and who will defend their interests. So, mora ba na, pwede ka mo join of ACT teachers, di ba? Union or any group that is self-regulation organizations. For you to have the edge or for you to have someone to defend your interests as public teachers or any teachers per se. That's why letter D. Any teachers when in private or public, sorry. 44. What does teachers or persons in authority imply? According to the law of God, the teachers are considered persons in authority. So what's the implication? A, teachers cannot be charged. Di ba pwede ipriso? Or di ba pwede pasinganlan si teacher? Or can you not charge or accuse a teacher? Letter B, no person can assault a teacher. Or letter C, teachers have immunity from arrest. Is it true that you cannot arrest the teacher? Say for example, madaming utang si teacher, di na nagbabayad, can you not arrest him or her? Or D, decisions made by teachers are deemed right. Is that the ideal teacher na laging tama si teacher? Okay, with this answer, teachers are persons in authority. What's the implication? The answer is no person can assault a teacher. When we speak of teachers are persons in authority, that's agency. Okay? So persons in authority, meaning no person can assault a teacher. So if someone would assault a teacher, then the teacher has the authority na punish, meaning you will call a police to arrest that person who assaulted you. Okay? So that's the meaning of teachers are person in authority. Now in letter D, Manggod, you cannot claim that since we're teachers, we're always right. So it's not. So decisions made by teachers are deemed right. No, it's not. Okay? So not at all times, human as we are, we cannot claim that our or all of our decisions are correct. But in 44, implication lang if we say teachers are persons in authority, meaning persons in authority, just like the president, just like the police officers, the military officers, yan lang. That's the limitation now or implication of teachers are persons in authority. Meaning, if my lasing na, no, if my drunk na person na automatic would intervene your classes, you know, or would visit you sa classroom nimo tapos modritsarag wild dara, then you can call at all times the police officers to arrest that person because no person can assault a teacher. Okay? Or may person ba nakalit lang nagmumura na, oh, ikaw wala. You're not a, you should not be called teacher kasi malandi ka, chu. So, di yan pwede. Okay? Because teachers are persons in authority, meaning no person can assault a teacher. So, therefore, if person will assault a teacher, then will be punished by law. That's the implication. 45. Oh my God. SIP. Who among the following characterizes a professional teacher? Okay na. What do you think is the answer? Who among the following characterizes a professional teacher? If you're graduate in education, receiving honors, can you call yourself professional teacher? Or B, a teacher who has taught for at least 6 years? No, if 6 years in service na ka, professional teacher ka. A teacher who attended national seminars and teachers, mag-attend na ka ng those trainings facilitated by the central office or any national seminars, professional na daw ka. Those teacher qualifies for a permanent position under Manya Carta for public teachers. It's very obvious. It's letter D. 46. Still under 4670. Okay pa mo diha. who are covered by RA 4670. Teacher, narada. Teachers in all levels, or teachers in all public elementary, in both public private, or teachers in public elementary and secondary schools. Correct. It's letter D. You cannot answer in all levels, because if you will say teachers in all levels, meaning kasali si tertiary, meaning college. So college is not part of RA 4670, because by its descriptive title pa lang, it should be your guide. 4670 would be Magna Carta for public school teachers. And when we speak of public school, only elementary and secondary. Okay? 47. Kani. We are now on the leaves, not still under 4670. Hope you appreciate the the manner of questioning, meaning there is a situation or situation as application for the different laws. So in 47, teacher B has been in active service for 10 years when he decided to pursue higher studies. When we say higher studies, meaning doctorate, masteral. So under RA 4670, what kind of absence can she avail of? Indefinite leave, scholarship leave, study leave, or vacation leave. Okay pa? Send those thumbs up di kung okay pa mo diha. Okay? The answer is study leave. Correct. Gi-mention ako ni ganiha, di ba? That no matter what, no? Ano siya? According man God sa law, if teaching personnel ka, meaning teacher meaning if you are a teacher, you must render at least 7 years in service. Are you following? At least 7 years in service for you to avail study leave with pay. Ma'am, what if, ma'am, 5 years pa lang ko in service? You can still avail study leave, but without pay. Am I clear? So, because in 4670, or in our laws, you can only avail study leave with pay if you are already 7 years up in service, if you are a teacher. But the computation in availing with pay only up to 60% of your salary. So, dili po ka makakuha po of 100% if teacher ka. But if you're a non-teaching personnel, when we speak of non-teaching personnel like us, nasa opisina, so amo alang is at least you have been in service for 2 years. So that's the difference Pag 2 years lang ka in service, if non-teaching personnel, you wish to avail a study leave, then you can have a study leave with pay. 100% pag yun ang sweldo. Okay? Pero kung teacher ka, masimuhingan mo, dinawdaog sa teacher. Pag teacher ka, dapat 7 years in service, and then only up to 60% of your salary would be covered. However, there are instances also na sa bago na laws na natoy particular up to para makahimo kang 100. Pero normally, 60% lang gid kasalanan. Sorry, got mixed up. If less than na instances, if less than 7 years, pwede ka with pay pero not 100%. Tama di, sorry. Pero kung more than 7 years, then pwede na ka maka-avail og 100%. Pero kung non-teaching ka, 2 years lang, 100% automatic. Okay? Indefinite leave teachers would mean indefinite leave, meaning you wish to leave on your work or sa DepEd, pero indefinite, meaning there is no specific time or specific period, like open leave lang. Okay, so that's indefinite leave. And very seldom lang na siya ginagrant, especially if you're a teacher, Kay meaning, indefinite leave, your item will remain sa imuha. And then, you cannot be replaced. That's indefinite leave. And then the organization will just wait until when man ka mo balik o report. So indefinite leave meaning no specific period. Scholarship leave, if ever lang you have scholarship grants and you wanted to avail of the scholarship leave, meaning, say for example, if you will be granted sa DOST nga scholar, so for masters ha, so naman na siya yung mga 2 years if maka-avail ka ana. So mo na gitawag og scholarship leave. So for 2 years, dawat kasi mo sweldo and then naka-study leave pagid ka. But the tawag is scholarship leave because you were granted with study leave by virtue of scholarship nimo. Then study leave, familiar na tana. Then vacation leave, of course, from the word per se, vacation, no further reasons. Bala na ka, so any reasons man basta vacation leave. Okay? Bakasyon, normally. 48. Narade ay. Okay? Teacher C has been teaching 7 straight years and therefore qualifies for a study leave with pay for 6 months. Should she pursue it, how much pay is she entitled to receive? This is according to the old law pa. It's 60% of monthly salary. 49. Kamay na lang, halfway na lang. So what does free public secondary educational under the law mean? Right of every student to enter public secondary schools, free from being screened to enter public secondary schools, free from payment of school fees identified and authorized by law, or free from payment of tuition and other fees for students enrolled in public secondary schools. Sige, what is the answer for 49? Okay, the answer is, pag public school manggod, free public secondary education, meaning free from payment of tuition and other fees. That's the no collection policy of DepEd. Okay, so it's just not all about right. You cannot answer A because the right of every student to enter public secondary school. So it does not justify free public secondary education, diba? So right of all. Free from being screened because screening process would always happen lang sa private na lang school. Free from payment of school fees, identifies and authorized by law. Meaning, we could interpret C that selected lang, no? Ang mga school fees na free. Pero it should be letter D because always remember, pag public school, no collection policy. Free from payment of tuition and other fees. Pero mo, magpaamot lagi sa graduation. Okay, that's another story. Letter 50. Teacher D is assigned in a rural area. Teacher E in a depressed community. Teacher F in a hazardous area. Teacher G in a place where the standard of living is high. Who is entitled to hardship allowance? So, nayupat ka maestra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nayupat ka maestra. 4 teachers. Teacher D, assigned in rural area. Teacher E, in depressed area. Char. And then, in letter, teacher F, hazardous area. And teacher G, in a place where standard of living is high. who is entitled to a hardship allowance? Okay, correct. It's teacher F, no? It's letter C. Yeah, those teachers assigned in remote areas or rural areas, depende, may classification man for the one to receive hardship allowance in public school. But normally, sa question 50, rural area only speaks for countryside area. But in depressed community, there's no such thing. No, if depressing kayo ang imuhang remote, imuhang assignment ng school. But from the keywords lang, hardship allowance, only those teachers assigned in hazardous area. Only those teachers ang allowed or entitled to hardship allowance. But in DepEd Manggod, we already have now the computation when to, and up to what extent man ang granting sa hardship allowance. But for purposes of the LET, hazardous would be your keywords or keyword in order to answer this type of question. 51. Teacher H contracted an illness that required rest for more than 1 year. Which leave should she apply for? So what would be your keywords here? Illness. Correct. It's sick leave unta, but here manggod for more than 1 year. So you may file indefinite leave. The sick leave manggod is naara siya corresponding months, not exceeding 5 days. Okay? Personal leave, wala lang. File kag leave discretionary on the part of your head, no particular reason. Vacation leave, if you wish to have a vacation from work, not necessarily for you to go to another country or what, but you wish to have a break lang from work, that's vacation leave. Sick leave, if you have an illness. But the keywords here, illness magod that required rest for more than 1 year, meaning it's indefinite. You cannot say that 1 year and a half, you cannot say 1 year and 2 days. So the question here only for more than 1 year. That is why the answer is indefinite leave. Okay? Is that allowed in public school, ma'am? Yes, it's allowed. Pero discretionary gyapon on the part of the head. Pero depende po sa imong medical certificate also. If mawaran siya, kanabang the medical officer cannot determine how long man would you are how long man nga would warrant man for you to recover from your illness. So that's indefinite leave. 52. School personnel can avail of free legal service under certain circumstances. Principal 1 was accused of maligning her neighbor. Is Principal 1 entitled to the said service? Okay, that is the answer. Nai C, nai A, nai D. Okay. A school personnel can avail of free legal service under certain circumstances. Kaya naman tayo legal officer gyud sa division, sa region. Principal 1 was accused of maligning her neighbor. Is Principal 1 entitled to the said service? A, yes, she should defend herself. No, if funds are not available. No, it might bring some disagreements. No, the case is not related to her professional duties. Yan, abang manginsulto kasi mong silingan. Are you entitled to have a free legal service? Ma-entertain ba si legal officer sa iyong division if ang imong kaaway is imong marites na silingan? If you know, the answer is no, because your keywords here would be Principal 1 was accused of maligning her neighbor. So if Principal 1 insulted her neighbor, kasi marites si neighbor, then You wish to avail of the free legal service, you went to the division office, telling your lawyer na, "Oy, attorney, ani man good," diba? Etc., etc. So, the division office cannot provide you free legal service because the case is not related to your professional duties. Okay? 53. Teacher J discusses conflicts between warring groups in Mindanao. Which pillar should he stress more? Diba? We are familiar that the choices are 4 pillars of education. So which of the 4 man na stressing resolving conflicts between warring groups in Mindanao? Is it learning to be, to live together, to do, or to know? Okay, it's B, learning to live together. Okay, learning to know, it's more on knowledge. Okay, learning to be is more on the psychosocial, diba? Because I remember my teacher in college associate these 4 pillars in your parts of your body. The learning to do or kayo pertains to your hands, diba? Skills. Learning to know would be your head. And learning to be is in your heart. And learning to live together would be sa the all parts of your body. Okay? So you get the answer here is to resolve conflicts between warring groups, that's learning to live together amidst differences. 54. Teacher K teaches in public school in her locality. Due to teacher shortage, her classroom teaching starts from 6 a.m. and ends ends at 3 p.m. Is the assignment given her just? Okay, what do you think? Okay, D, ma'am, kay mo'y pinakataas. That is actually the answer. No? So, no, Magna Carta for public school teachers states that in the exigency of service, any teacher may be required to render more than 6 hours in not more than 8 hours of actual classroom teaching a day. Okay? So, that's what we call overload, si ma'am. Okay? Lack of teaching personnel. So, in public school, manggod teachers, so we do have what we call exigency of service. Okay? Kung sa Bisaya pa, among tawagan ng exigency of service is indulihin siya sa langit. It is where the government would ask you to render services more than the 8 hours without any pay. No, that's exigency of service. 54. I have listed naman. 5. Teacher L, a graduate of, repeated naman po ni. Sorry. 56. Which of the following statements is not true about the code of ethics for professional teachers? The teacher must select which information to keep confidential. Is it mandated in the code of ethics? Nga selective lang ta sa information nga i-keep na to confidential? Or the teacher must demonstrate full commitment and devotion to duty? Part ba na sa code of ethics? The teacher must manifest pride in the nobility of the teaching profession? Or the teacher must make no prejudice or discrimination against any learner? So which of the following is not true? Sorry, the answer is letter A, correct. No? Because remember that at all times, Data Privacy Act, you must observe that one. You should not be selective on which information to keep confidential. Meaning ba, ano bang the information of our learners? Like basic information lang. Parents, who are their parents, the work of their parents, asa sila na, ilang location, no? Ilang residence, ilang age, ilang birthday. You should not be selective of which those information man you will keep it confidential, and which of those informations na pwede nimo i-disclose to anyone. No, because at all times you must observe confidentiality to protect your learners. 57. Which of the following could be the reason for the teacher's suspension from the practice of the teaching profession? Which do you think of those four na pwede masuspend si teacher? C7A. Okay. A. Okay, let's see. The answer is A. Correct. No? Obvious naman. Immoral and professional and dishonorable. Observing proper procedures will never condemn you or will never suspend you from practice teaching. Faithfulness, keywords palandaan. Faithfulness to the code, very positive. And willingness to attend seminars. So the answer is letter A. 58. Which of the following emphasizes the right of every citizen to quality education? So which of these four? Basic education level, tertiary level, graduate level, or all levels? Dapat quality education ang i-tender. The answer is all levels. Okay. When we say basic education, that's elementary. Okay. Then elementary and secondary. Tertiary, college. Graduate level, meaning masteral and doctoral. Meaning all levels, we are all entitled to quality education. 59. Teacher M suffers from hypertension, high blood, and experiences difficulty in speech. Which would be affected if he continues teaching? Meaning na-stroke si Teacher M. So which of the following would be affected if he continues teaching? What will happen if you have a hypertensive stroke? Diba? You cannot really speak clearly. Yes, correct. The answer is effectiveness. Because how would you deliver effectively if you will bubble your words, no? Or if you cannot really open or express your thoughts. It's not personality, because personality per se, your attitude as a teacher man. And then punctuality, labaw. Devotion to duty. There are those devoted to their duties as a teacher but not really effective in teaching. Okay? So the answer is effectiveness. Okay, speech. 60. Teacher N wants to continue with her study leave for another 6 months after completing manamani. Repeated question, sorry. 61. Teacher O tutors her students who have difficulty coping with math after class hours. Is her act ethical? A, yes, provided she receives just compensation. This is just, sorry, typo error. Yes, provided she does not require a fee from the parent. No, that is unfair to other students. No, she should be free after her official time. Can a teacher provide a free tutor to her students na not performing in mathematics? Yes, the correct answer is B. Yes, provided she does not require a fee from the parent. Remember, if in the Mangot or even in private school, you must have a remedial sessions man for your non-performing learners. So if you wish to tender a free tutorial or in order to give opportunities to those students to cope up with mathematics. Say, for example, basta after class hours mo gina-implement, no? As long as you will not require a fee or you doesn't receive a just compensation, meaning additional compensation, then it's fair enough or it's still ethical. 62. Is holding a rally to protest the delay of benefits due a person ethically acceptable? Meaning, can you hold a rally or can you strike or can you protest? No? Can you participate in an activity? Meaning mo, can you join a leftist or is a teacher can be a leftist in order to defend his or her welfare? Pwede ba na? Yes, no? So according sa itong choices, puro yes, but you must justify your answer yes. Yes, when hold while on official time. Can you rally while on official time, 8 to 5? Yes, when hold outside the official time. When hold with approval of the principal. When hold together with parents and teachers. It's very obvious. It must be outside the official time. It must be beyond 5. Because remember that 8 to 5 you are paid by the government or by the private companies you're teaching. So legal ang pag-protest nimo if you will hold it outside your official time. Then 63. What should a teacher do when he or she falls in love with his or her student? What if si teacher nagkaroon ng feelings para kay student? Can you court the student at home? Can you propose and marry that student? Or you will wait till the student is no longer under his tutelage or under your custody, or act normally as if nothing happens and student does not exist? Yes, it's C. No, it's not very proper na if you will fall in love with your student, you will court her, much so propose to her or to him, no? Na kuan pa, under pa siya sa imuha. No, it's not proper. 64. When a principal starts to exercise his or her powers over making and promoting students, is his or her action acceptable? Diba? Usually, si teacher ang mag-promote ng students, meaning mag-accomplish ng school forms in promoting or grades. Is the action of the principal acceptable? If di na si teacher ang nag-promote and make ng grades. So yes, when the teacher cannot make decision on time. So if the teacher fails to make a decision on time, then the principal can take over. Is that correct? B, yes, when there is abuse of judgment on the part of the teacher. Or no, teachers are more knowledgeable of their students' performance. So meaning ang C, according to C daw, that the principal cannot take over because only the teachers are knowledgeable on the performance of the students, no? Or D, no, grading and promoting students are exclusive only to the functions of teachers. What's the answer? Mix new answers now. Some answers B, some answers D. What's the correct answer for this? Is the principal really allowed to take over the functions of the teachers, especially in grading and promoting students? When we speak of promoting students, from grade 7 will be promoted to grade 8. Okay, so the answer is yes, when there is abuse of judgment on the part of the teacher. So it's letter B. You cannot say exclusive yung grading and promoting of students. No, because the principal has the shared accountability and responsibility man, diba? When it comes to promoting students. So if the principal started to notice na there is abuse of judgment on the part sa teacher, na pinapasa lang yung mga yung mga close lang niya. So that's a no-no. So the principal can take it over. Okay, you cannot claim na exclusive lang yung function sa teachers. Remember, si principal teacher rin. Diba? Administrative na lang iyang function. 65. Which of the following shows responsiveness of public officials and employees? When you avoid wastage in public funds, formulating rules and policies regarding work, when you provide public information of their policies and procedures, or when you encourage appreciation of government services. Responsiveness of public officials and employees, meaning by if the parents would ask you updates on the policies, you could be able to explain it to them. Okay? The answer is responsiveness, keyword. So, of course, public information. So, when a teacher can provide, or any government public official can provide public information on their policies and procedures, that's responsiveness of public officials and employees. Responsiveness meaning can answer. So it's not avoiding wastage, no, sa public funds. It's not. Then it's not also formulating rules and policies regarding work. It's not also encouraging appreciation of government services, because responsiveness will always provision of public information. Okay? Kana mo respond ka ba sa queries? 66. Teacher S, a science teacher, has been accused of sexual harassment by one of her students. What should the school principal do? Ask the teacher to surrender to the police, tell the teacher to stop reporting to school, advise the teacher to transfer to other school, or create a committee to investigate the accusation. Okay, correct. So always gonna grievance ha. The principal has the authority to resolve at first, no, according sa iyang level, within sa iyang level, sa issue, no? So you cannot ask the teacher to surrender to the police right away, because you have to investigate first, fact-finding first, diba? If it is really true that you harass the student, then tell the teacher to stop reporting to school. You cannot also suspend her, or you cannot suspend him or her baron, no, without due process. Dapat you must due process man, the policy of due process. You must be heard before you will be condemned. Then you cannot also advise the teacher to transfer to other school. Di naman ganyan yung policy, di ba? So dapat you must create first, you must investigate first the situation. 67. Teacher T receives a love letter from one of her third-year high school students in English. What should Mr. Martin do? Are you going to read the letter to the class? Let the student express her feelings through letters? No? Tolerate lang ba ni Mr. Martin? Or should Mr. Martin return the letter to the student and tell her not to do it again? Or surrender the letter to the parent of the student? Okay, what is the answer? 67. C. The answer here is, it's letter C. Nasayop lang ata na. So return the letter to the student and tell her not to do it again. But of course, you will return the letter privately. Okay? 68. Mr. Nico, a social science teacher, is advocating reforms which the principal failed to recognize. No? What should the principal do? Is the principal we're going to subject Mr. Nico to a disciplinary measure again? Disciplinary measure outright. Just keep quiet about the behavior, Mr. Nico. No, advocating reforms ba? Kaning rebellion ba? Rebellious ba? anti-admin kumbaga. Or shall the principal call Mr. Nico to the office and clarify things out? Or send Mr. Nico a memo requiring him to explain his behavior? So remember that, the principle of due process. Are you going to call, talk to him personally, or are you going to write a memo? Or you'll just be quiet, or discipline Mr. Nico outright? Answer is yes. You may call Mr. Nico to the office and clarify things with him. Okay? Pwede ka, you can send a memo na to Mr. Nico if after talking to him personally and then no changes at all. So that's the time na you will have the process na in writing so that it could be recorded. So that's when the time, second action, you may send a memo to him. But due process, always man, teacher as we are, no, we call the attention first and then talk to him first. 69. Are you still fine? So 69, which of the following manifests commitment to democracy? As explained in 6713. Maintaining the principle of accountability, committing to democratic values and ways of life, manifesting by deeds, the supremacy of civilian authority, or all of the above. So commitment to democracy, yes, it's all of the above. Okay. So get on 67 to 6713. That is katong public officials, diba? The katong code of conduct for public officials. 70. Lapit na gyud. Teacher Yu was ordered by her principal to come to school and repeated na nga question. 71. This is important. Dr. Velasco, as Schools Division Superintendent, acted on the complaint filed by a group of parents against the alleged misconduct of a particular teacher. She issued a memorandum requiring her to take a leave of absence for a week while the complaint is being heard yet. Was the action of the superintendent legal? Okay. Dr. Velasco, the SDS, acted on the complaint filed by a group of parents against the alleged misconduct of a particular teacher. So the SDS now issued a memorandum taking or asking the teacher to take a leave of absence first while i-resolve niya yung conflict or yung complaint. Was the action of the superintendent legal? Is it yes, because she's the superintendent? No, because the complaint has not been heard yet. Yes, the superintendent has disciplinary authority over teachers. Or D, no, the superintendent has no disciplinary authority over teachers. This is important. The answer is actually A. Okay, yes, because she is the superintendent. Now, Anisha, please bear in mind that if teaching, this is still part in Magna Carta for public school teachers. Pag teaching personnel, the disciplinary authority, pag teacher, always regional director. Ka-follow? Pag non-teaching like librarian, nurses, yung mga personnel ng division office, regional office, pag non-teaching, SDS, it is the schools division superintendent, has the disciplinary authority over non-teaching personnel. But pag teacher, the disciplinary authority is lodged on the regional director. But how come man, ma'am, that 71, the answer is A? The answer here is A because she is the superintendent by virtue lang of due process, meaning initial action lang. Okay? But you cannot answer C having that statement that superintendent has disciplinary authority over teachers because that is wrong. Because only the regional director has disciplinary authority over teachers. The superintendent has disciplinary authority only over non-teaching personnel. Non-teaching personnel, by definition, those personnel na wala nag-handle o klase, meaning management lang. Those personnel who work in the division office or in the regional office. Or now, for the new items, may mga non-teaching personnel din sa school, but they are only limited sa functions for disbursing, no? Yung mga payment financial aspects lang. Or assisting the principal. Am I clear? So, yes, meaning, yes, gihapon that the action of Dr. Velasco is legal, no? The legal or appropriate, but you cannot have the reason that the superintendent has disciplinary authority because only the regional director has disciplinary authority over teachers. Hope that's clear, ha? Okay, that's the common mistake in interpreting 4670. Now, 72, school's academic coordinator has been found to have engaged in gambling, which has caused him to be absent most of the time. No? So, si teacher gambler, can his certificate of registration as a teacher be revoked outright? Pwede bang tanggalan ng license si teacher kasi gambler? No, unless he's proven guilty. No, because he's protected by his rights as a teacher. Are you protected to become also a gambler? Yes, because he's incompetent. Kaya bang tanggalan ng registration? Or yes, because habitual gambling is a dishonorable conduct and is against the practice of teaching. Kaya pa? Okay. Correct. It's letter D. Na? Habitual gambling is a dishonorable conduct and is against the practice of teaching. But of course, there will be hearing paghapon, no? Na there will be trial first to prove that really the school academic coordinator is a gambler. Okay? And has caused him to be absent most of the time. The other reason is against the code of ethics. 73. Teacher V, a BE Ed graduate, is preparing for the lab. Which of the following should she focus her attention more? Diba? We already know, familiar with the components. Pag BE Ed ka, unsa lang imong taken. Pag BIS Ed ka, diba? Yes, it's correct. It's letter D because for BE Ed, you will be taking only two components, Gen Ed and professional education. Pag BES Ed ka, 3, Gen Ed, Prof Ed, and your major. 74, what norm of conduct is manifested by being loyal to the Republic of the Philippines and to the Filipino people? Professionalism. Remember the keywords there is being loyal to the Republic of the Philippines and of course to your people. Correct. It's nationalism and patriotism. Responsiveness to the public is being open lang to the public, disclosing, being transparent to the public. That responsiveness. Honesty, we all know what honesty is and professionalism. But the keyword is loyalty man, so that's patriotism. 75. Principal B acted on the letter of complaint received by his office 30 days after saying he was preoccupied by more important things the past days. Is this reason acceptable? Yes, because he has to prioritize things. No, 6713 states that public officials and employees must act promptly on letters and requests within 15 days. Yes, because a letter of complaint can wait and is of no urgency. Or no, the reason is simple and unacceptable. Ma'am, B, kay taas. Bitaw. It's obvious in the framing, no, that public officials shall act promptly on every request or complaint. 76. Which of the following is true about a teacher? Is a person under the code of ethics for professional teachers? Living with dignity at all times? Serving as a model worthy of emulating? Place premium upon self-respect and self-discipline, or all of the above? Kamay na lang. Yes, correct. That's letter D. Next. Teachers are required to make an individual plan for professional development. This is based on the philosophy that the teacher is a lifelong learner. The NCBTS provides steps for blank assessment in making IPP. Is it need, peer, collegial, or self? Okay, correct. It's self. Ano nga ulit yung meaning ng NCBTS? Kasi now, we are using the RPMS PPST. The NCBTS is National Competency-Based Teacher Standards. But actually, the RPMS PPST is kuan gapon siya in consonance with NCBTS. Okay? Self-assessment is correct. 78. Which of the following is best implied by the quality and relevant teacher development initiatives? Best implied the quality and relevant teacher development initiatives. Is it capacity building of educational community, focus on the non-performers, lifelong learner, mentoring experts who share the latest ideas about teaching and learning? Okay, akong paspasan gamay sa this answer. Best tab best. You always go back to the principle that teacher is a lifelong learner. Correct. It's letter C. Okay? Always na. Moment na sa DepEd Vision Mission, di ba? Lifelong learners ang use nila. Lifelong learner. Because the principle manggod that you have successfully provide a quality basic education if you provided a lifelong learning or you develop a lifelong learners. Okay? That even when they reach 60, they can still implement what they have learned. Relevant ng gapon. 79. Can Manny Pacquiao be given a special permit to teach boxing in a special school? No, he is not a teacher education graduate. Yes, he has excelled and gained international recognition. No, he has not passed the LET. Or yes, he is a graduate of ALS. Not truly, Manny Pacquiao is a graduate of ALS. But can he be permitted to teach boxing in a special school? Correct. It's letter B. He has excelled and gained international recognition. So it's not necessary special school man, meaning by the framing of the question manggod, Manny Pacquiao will not be hired as a permanent teacher, no? But for special subjects only. And then he has excelled on that matter, and then he gained international recognition, so therefore, pwede siya maka-teach. So this is true for a special school for the arts, say for example. So there is no teachers by Jud, diba? Or not all teachers are experts of boxing. Not all teachers are experts of writing, so for example, singing, dancing, or any special na mga skills. So you can hire someone who is an expert of that. Okay, next, 80. It is professional for teachers to receive gifts from students and parents. Is it? Are we allowed to receive gifts? Okay, correct. No? No, especially if done in exchange for requested concessions. So you qualify man. The options here are being qualified. So you have to analyze. So if you will say yes in season and out season gifts, meaning impliedly you are saying that you are really entitled to accept gifts. No, meaning in season, Teacher's Day, or beside not Teacher's Day, you're allowed to receive gifts. But what if those gifts is in exchange of a favor? So that's a no-no. So yes, if deserved, what if everyone will claim the deserve? No? So yeah, you cannot say also not at all. Because in Teacher's Day, you may allow to receive one, diba? So it must be no, especially if done in exchange for requested concessions. 81. Teacher Pedro, the English coordinator, was assisted by Teacher Elena throughout the celebration of English Week. What could Teacher Pedro do to acknowledge Teacher Elena's assistance? So what is the answer? Okay, correct. Letter C, make an announcement giving due recognition. Okay, so almost no, got the correct answer. Announcement giving due recognition of the assistance received. 82. Is a professional teacher, you must be good at interactive communication. What does interactive communication include? Yes, okay ra. Karaman, sir. Gamay naman lang po ni 82 to 100. So, yes, the answer is C, all of the above. No? So, person-to-person, email correspondence, interaction through simulations, electronic and group interaction. Okay pa ba? Let's finish na lang this one. Let's have it quick lang. Anyway, more on teaching profession man sa siyan. Let's stop lang by 9:30. Okay? Kung asa nila to ma-attender. Okay. I know you're all tired, pero let's run through lang the questions. In 83, Queenie is a 21st century teacher. She is flexible and adaptable. What category of skills does it belong? So here, your keywords would be flexible and adaptable. Okay, what's the answer? So the answer is correct. Life and career skills. Letter D. Okay, flexible and adaptable man. So that's a life skills. 84, adapting to varied roles and responsibilities, working effectively in a climate of ambiguity and changing priorities, characterized by your ready capability to adapt to new, different, or changing requirements. So keywords here, adapting to a new and different environment or changing requirements. Correct. That's flexibility and adaptability. 85, accessing to information efficiently and effectively. Yeah, you will be, after accessing, you will be able to evaluate that information. You can use that information. So what's that? What K to 12 or 21st century skills ang gina-import na? That's A. Is it media, ICT, information? It's very obvious na it's not life and career. But accessing information, evaluating that information, whether it is fake news or not, you will be able to use those information. That is information literacy. Okay, it's not media literacy, but it's the jargon used in 21st century. It's information literacy. Okay, 86. Energy or aptitude displayed in initiation of action, monitoring one's own understanding and learning needs, demonstrating commitment to learning as a lifelong process, going beyond basic mastery of skills to explore and expand one's own learning. What is that? One's own learning. So that's the keyword. One's own understanding, one's own learning needs, one's own learning, that's self. So initiative and self direction. Okay? So that's how you wanna own man. So self-direction. It's not social and cross-cultural skills, kay learning to live together pa siya. 87. That's one. So working appropriately. Mana to ang tubag kaniha, no? This is now the social and cross-cultural skills, because your keywords here is you can bridge cultural differences, you can work appropriately or productively even with others, no? So socialize. So those are the keywords nga you will have to find or to look for in a question for you to get the correct answer. 88. A competent teacher who is armed with enough skills, appropriate attitude, and universal values to teach students with both time-tested modern technologies. Is that focused, expert, technologically enhanced teacher, or global teacher? What's the keyword there? Yes, it's correct. It's when we speak of universal values to teach students, that is, when we say focus teacher manggod, focus lang siya into training only one skill. Expert teacher pod, you're only expert to a particular skill. But technologically enhanced teacher, technologically enhanced, meaning you are developed, but with the use lang of technologies, meaning, but only pertaining to your methodologies. Okay? Maybe you answer technologically enhanced teacher because of modern technologies, both time tested. But the keywords here should be universal man, so global teacher. And it is also the jargon used in teaching profession. 89. Which component is the most important in 21st century learning? Is it information media and technology skills, life and career skills, learning and innovation skills, or all are important as they are interconnected? The answer is correct. It's all are important, huh? Because remember, the all 21st century learning skills are interconnected with each other. 90, we're almost there. So is membership in the accredited professional organization for teachers mandatory for all let passers? Are you mandated to get yourselves involved in any self-organization? So it's a no-no, huh? Whether or not you will be part of a union or not, it's fine. It's okay. So you are not mandated. Except lang, when you pass the LET exam, of course, you will be asked to register yourself in PRC. No? But that such registration is all about for limited lang for those who are professionals in the country. Okay? Where you're not. Another thing also, another interpretation for this question. After passing the LET, are you mandated to register yourself in PRC? No, gihapon ang answer. So if after taking the LET, you wish not to register, then it's up to you. It's your right. You don't want to be a member of the PRC. It's okay, gihapon. So that's still the another interpretation of 90. 91. Teacher A will have to undergo gynecological surgery. What type of leave can she avail of? In 91 to 100, it's all about leaves. No? Para we could see the difference. So mas ano na lang, mas easier na lang 91 to 100. Here, if teacher A will have to undergo gynecological surgery, meaning yung babae, 'di ba, may diferensya sa kanyang may myoma or anything related to gynae. What type of leave can she avail of? Is it rehabilitation leave? Remember, rehabilitation pertains to if you are addiction, related to addiction, diba? I-rehab. So that's a no-no. Special leave benefits for women might be maternity leave for pregnant lang, diba? That's a no-no. Or sick leave. So the best answer would be special leave benefits for women. Okay? The special leave benefits for women up to 2 months, you can avail that one with pay. The very important na requirement is you have the medical certificate, issued by your OB/GYN that you have to undergo surgery. Okay? So with pay, pwede ka makali. 92. Ay, repeated. 92. Teacher X is a single mom who is 9 months pregnant. How many days can she avail of maternity leave? 30 because she's not married, 60 because she's not married, 90 days regardless of her status, or 105 days regardless of her status. So if you're a teacher, single mom, you're not married, can you avail of a maternity leave? So that's a question, primary question. So if your answer is yes, then how long? Okay, correct. It's 105. The new law now, that's 105 days of maternity leave, regardless, single mom or dili, or married or not. But you are always entitled to 105 days. And for according to new law also, regardless of cesarean or normal delivery. So uniform na. Wala nang variation, no? So whether regardless of your status, regardless of the manner how you deliver your child, you will always be entitled to 105 days. Okay? With pay. 93. How many days can a father avail of paternity leave? If for mama is you are entitled to maternity leave, what about the father? Paternity leave. So how long po? If for maternity leave, 105, what about paternity? There is a new law also for this. What's the answer? 7 days if not married? 7 days regardless of her status? 7 days regardless of status, then with another additional max of 7 days to be deducted to the maternity leave of his wife, or 14 days regardless of his status. What about the others? This is actually a new law. That is why I intentionally incorporated this one. The answer is letter C. So, ano siya? Basically, 7 days yung paternity leave. But should the wife should the wife availing of maternity leave wanted to give extra 7 days to her husband, that's okay. Okay, so it will become 7 plus 7. Okay, but you cannot answer 14 days regardless of your status. 94. I remember, who are only allowed to claim paternity leave. Those are only legal husband. Okay? Dapat married, good. 94. Teacher Y is a solo parent. His eldest son will graduate on Thursday. If he wish to avail of solo parent leave, how many days can the government grant his application? So here, question is, if solo parent ka, how long man sad or the maximum days can a government grant to you as a solo parent? Are you familiar with this? It's actually 7 days. Okay, so if you wish to use 1 day for the graduation of your son and you are a solo parent, then you can be granted for a solo parent leave. Then how many days can a government grant his application? Maximum of 7 days. 95, or almost done. Teacher Z is a buttered wife of Teacher M. What type of leave can she best be granted? So if you are a member of the buttered wife, or say, for that circumstances, so may special leave na actually. So you can, that's vowsy leave. Let's give the answer na lang. It's not sick leave, it's not vacation leave, it's not special leave benefits for women, because today we already have vowsy leave, a maximum of 10 days with pay. But who wish no to avail it? Kisa may ganahan nga i-avail ang vowsy, no one. So 96, what is the core of the teacher education development program? Okay, what's the core of the teacher development program? In CBTS. Okay, but now, according sa new na program sa DepEd, is we already have the RPMS PPSC. 97, what qualities do teachers in the 21st century have? Students read a lot and teach less, teaching by modern media using studio rooms, build skills and attitude for learners, or have modern knowledge, keep pace with technology. So, last 3 items na lang. So, the answer is, wait na gid ng 30. So, it's letter C. Now, build skills and attitude for learners. Okay, remember 21st century encourages developing lifelong learners. 98. Mrs. Ledesma is observing Patrick frequently misbehaving every time the class is in session. So she believes that every behavior of an individual has its underlying causes. So therefore, what would be her initial reaction towards Patrick's behavior? No? So initial reaction, the behavior. So report him to the principal, reprimand him, find out why he misbehaves, or talk with his parents. So what is the answer? Correct. No, correct, Janine. Find out why he misbehaves. So do not report him directly to the principal, because he was a teacher, diba? You must talk to your, after observing, so you have to confirm first your observation. So that's finding out why he misbehaves. Next, 99. What is the purpose of global education? Is it to sample food from various cultures, to learn more about worldly customs, no? To add international courses to a curriculum, or to make people better global citizens? So the answer is obvious, no? It's letter D. Last, currently, muna akong repeatedly informing you of DepEd teachers' performances are evaluated through, the answer is RPMS PPSC. Before, that's what we have, PAS and NCBTS, but now the DepEd use RPMS PPSC. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Na overtime na. Sir Axel.
Yes, Doc. Thank you, Doc. Ako na ni Juan.
Sige. Thank
Yes,
you.
Doc. Thank you. Thank you, Apple. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Happy weekend.